Hi, welcome to the shop. Today, you're sitting at the edge of the shop. You're probably getting a lot of background noise right now because the doors are open and the wind's blowing really bad. But we got a brand new addition to the shop we got to get moved in, and it's sitting at the foot of the garage. It's a G1035P Grizzly Polar Bear series. It's a 1.5 horsepower shaper. And so let's get it moved in, do a quick unboxing, and see how everything looks. So a couple things I wanted to show about the unboxing is Grizzly's pretty good about putting it in a packing grease. The packing grease, which is basically to keep it from getting scratched or rusted, is very thick. I usually use WD-40 and it takes me a little while to clean it off, and I go through quite a few paper towels, but there's probably better ways to do it. But that's how I normally do it. But this is part of the unboxing. I'm not going to be putting it together or anything like that, and we're not going to be going over how it runs today. If I do anything like that, it will be in a review later. So there's a housing you have to remove. Since this is an unboxing video, I wanted to show a few of the things that come with the boxing. The motor, which is a motor that rises up and down, because this is a shaper, and with shapers and routers you usually have what's called like a lift system. The motor will rise and lower with this, and that's what is able to run the pulley to give power to your bits. So in the shipping they have this bright red thing, we'll call them brackets, and there's a little notice here on the outside, so hopefully you don't miss it. You don't want to try to lift it up and down with the mechanisms. You don't want to try to use it until you remove these, because these are holding it in place so it ships safe and your motor don't get damaged. But if you don't remove your housing, you won't see that, or if you're a person who don't read your manual. So make sure you read your manual, because this is a safety feature to help ship your machine without it being damaged. That's actually very nice. So these are the two boxes that came on the inside of the shaper, and this is obviously the fence system. And one of the things you just want to look through is you just want to look through it real good and make sure there's no cracks in it. If there's any cracks in it, then you need to send it back or call them as soon as possible. And this one looks pretty good. Looks like a nice solid piece. So we got a little miter sled slot gauge here. I'm not sure what this stuff is. Got a spindle set, and that's going to be both a 1/2 and a 3/4, I believe is what comes with it. And when you get the cast iron stuff, you just want to look and make sure there's no cracks in it where you're going to be bolting it up later. It's very important to make sure there's no cracks in any of it. Once again, you got some scratches and stuff, but the important part is that you have no cracks. And this looks like all the tools I'm going to need. Looks like there's a handle for the wheel. Here's the wheel. And that looks like about it. So that's the end of the unboxing video. I've got a lot of cleanup I've got to do left. I've got to take the brackets off on the inside, probably put it on a stand and then fire it up and see how it works. But that's basically the unboxing in a nutshell. They seem to box it pretty well. There's styrofoam around the bottom. There are some scratches on the bottom that I'm not really super happy with, but I don't think it'll affect the use of the machine at all. And for the price, pretty decent shaper, entry-level shaper, and it can be used as a router table, and it'll take 1/2-inch shank router bits. So that's what's very important to me. And look for my next video. I'm going to probably try to get it up and do maybe a dual project with it.
Is this thing working?
I wanted to take a quick second to say thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, share the video. That helps me tremendously. Leave a message down at the bottom. I'll make sure I get back to as many people as possible, and I'll see you next week.